Stevie and Maria, I mean, all my kids have inspired so many of my songs, and before I finish up, I've got to sing one of my absolute favorites. But this song, you know, has gone through a lot of changes in my heart, because when I wrote the song first, I wrote it one night because my two little girls, when they were about 3 years old, they loved to dance with their dad, and I loved to dance with them, and they would dress up in their princess costumes or in their little ballet recital tutus, you know, and they would dress up, and this was one of those nights they were getting ready for their recital and getting all dressed up, and they would put those costumes on usually right around bedtime, and that's when they wanted to go to the ball, which was, you know, I'm smart enough to know that they're just trying to stay up longer, and all of a sudden they get all sweet, "Daddy, dance with me, you know. They're just, you know, they're just wanting to not go to bed. But usually I love dancing with them, but one night I didn't because it was late, and I just told them to put their pajamas on, go to bed, no dance tonight. And then I just felt very, very sad when I finally, you know, things got quieted down. I sat down, had work to do, and started to think about how quickly they were going to grow up, and I was not going to be able to dance with them for very many more years. They were not going to want to dance with their dad in just a few years. And so that night, as I often have through the years, I wrote a song because I needed to remember something. That was my stone of remembrance that I put there. It's a song called Cinderella that I could go back to, and every time I sang it or thought about it, it was going to remind me that just like in the fairy tale, the clock will strike midnight, they're going to run off and they're going to not be there for me to dance with anymore. So I better soak up every moment that I have while I still have those moments with them. Well, as you can imagine, a year and a half after I wrote the song, when Maria went to be with Jesus, I had no way of ever imagining that would be the case. And so this song has become something even infinitely more significant for me now. And it really went through a time where I didn't even know if I would sing it anymore, because it'd be too sad and too hard to sing a song about not being able to dance with my little girl anymore. But here is the hope of the gospel. And that's what changes everything. It's that word hope. Talk about show hope. Talk about the work that we get to do with that. That word hope changes everything. The only thing that really makes us different, one of the most significant things from anyone that doesn't have that hope, is even how we grieve. Because when we grieve the loss of someone we love, Scripture says we can grieve with hope because we know the story is not over yet. And that's what makes all the difference for us. And so when I sing this song now, it's almost like God kind of gave me the song back and said, I want you to sing it now as a song of hope, reminding yourself in your own heart what I've promised, that a day is coming when I'm going to wipe every tear from your eyes. A day is coming when I'm going to finish doing what I'm doing right now, which is working all things together. And if it's all things, then that means everything, even the hardest parts of our story, even the most painful, even the most shameful. Is it possible that God can be that good and that great, that he can take even those most broken parts of our story if we'll trust him, and he can work it together for something that is for our good and for his glory? Well, I believe that, and that's the reason that I'm still singing this song, because I believe the day is coming when I'm going to dance again with my little girl, and I believe that's not a fairy tale and it's not wishful thinking, but I believe it's what's most true. And so this song helps me remember it when I sing it, that I'm going to dance again with her, and I hope it'll encourage you to remember the story is so far from over, it's just begun. So this is Cinderella. She spins and she sways to whatever song plays, without a care in the world. And I'm sitting here wearing the weight of the world on my shoulders. It's been a long day and there's still work to do. She's pulling at me saying, Dad, I need you. There's a boy at the castle and I've been invited, and I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I will dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, oh, I will dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. 'Cause all too soon the clock will strike midnight, and she'll be gone. Well, she says he's a nice guy, I'd be impressed, and she wants to know if I approve of the dress. She says that the prom is just 1 week away, and I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I will dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, I will dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. 'Cause all too soon the clock will strike midnight, and she'll be gone. Well, she came home today with the ring on her hand, just glowing and telling us all they had planned. And she says that the wedding is 6 months away, and I need to practice my dancing. Oh please, Daddy, please. So I will dance with Cinderella while she's here in my arms. 'Cause I know something the prince never knew. Oh, oh, I will dance with Cinderella. I don't wanna miss even one song. 'Cause all too soon the clock will strike midnight, but I know the truth is the dance will go